हमारे बीच में आज दो इतनी सीनियर, इतनी टैलेंटेड और जो डांस मेस्ट्रोज आई हुई हैं, मैं उनको इनवाइट करूंगी। शोभना जी को कौन नहीं जानता, कथक की क्वीन है। इनको मैं कहूँगी कि शी इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट डांसर्स। पद्मश्री शोभना नारायण जी को मैं इनवाइट करती हूँ। हमारे साथ मोहिनी अट्टम की जो दूसरी रानी हैं वो भी हमारे साथ हैं, भारती शिवाजी, पद्मश्री भारती शिवाजी। हम लोग सब डांस देखते हैं। आपने कभी डांस को सुना है? we see the dance, we don't hear the dance, but the fact of the matter is कि बिना ऑडियो के, बिना घुंघरुओं के ये डांस का कोई मतलब नहीं है। अगर मैं शोभना जी और भारती जी से कहूँ कि आप कोई परफॉर्मेंस करिए जिसमें आवाज़ ना हो, घुंघरू ना हो, तो कैसे संभव होगा? संभव ही नहीं हो सकता है। जो घुंघरू हैं वो अपनी एक अलग डायलॉग क्रिएट करते हैं। ये सेशन डिज़ाइन करने में हमारी आपस में टीम में बहुत बहस हुई। ये हुआ कि कौन करेगा। मैं अक्सर अगर डांस परफॉर्मेंसेस में जाती हूँ और ख़ास तौर पे शोभना जी के, तो आई लाइक टू लिसन टू द घुंघरूज, बिकॉज कथक में घुंघरूज का बहुत महत्व है। तो और जैसे ही वो स्टेज पर आती हैं मुझे मन करता है कि एवरी मूवमेंट उनका कुछ कहता है। एंड इसीलिए ये जो हमने सेशन रखा है कि घुंघरू बोलते हैं, घुंघरू डायलॉग करते हैं और घुंघरू हमसे कुछ कहते हैं, उसके ऊपर है। और हम बहुत ही प्रिविलेज्ड हैं, वी आर रियली प्रिविलेज्ड एंड ऑनर्ड टू हैव टू ऑफ द बेस्ट dancers, masters with us. And I think it should be a lesson for all of us to learn that dance is not only something which is viewed, but it is also heard. We also listen to it. So with those words, I would request, both are very, very great, for lack of anything, panelists, both of them, they will have this dialogue amongst themselves and we will be participating in this dialogue which they are having with their ghungroos and amongst themselves. And over to you, ma'am.
Good evening. It's wonderful to be here, and first of all, greetings to everyone on World Radio Day. And it's so nice, Bharti and I were just talking, that it's so nice to see that at least classical dance was remembered on this occasion. Bharti is great. So let's talk about, because it is, radio is about communication. And before we start off, we'd like to also introduce that we have our disciples with us, Kartika Singh, Mrinalini, both of whom are absolutely brilliant Kathak dancers, and Bharti's disciple,
Vani Bhalla Pava.
Vani Bhalla Pava, again a brilliant Mohiniyattam dancer. So I'm so grateful to these girls who are here. When radio is all about communication, Bharti, and and we are always communicating. In dance, we are always communicating. We are communicating through our gestures.
Gestures, our body. In Mohiniyattam, mainly it is through the body movements. Footwork is not given that much emphasis, as in the way in Kathak they do. And but then it is always a mode of, dance is always a mode of communication, storytelling for us.
And whereas in Kathak, we also use our body. And we are using our body time and again to convey a movement, convey a character.
Yes.
And the body is expressing itself. How we convey a character, if it's Ram, he has a different way. Ravan would have a different feel to the body and the eyes. And a Sita would be different. And a Radha would be different. And a Krishna would be very different. And so on. So, and yet in Kathak, we also use our footwork a lot. And we don't use footwork only as an accompaniment to our movements.
Yes.
But also they have a life of their own.
They have, yes, certainly, but also the emphasis is more on the footwork.
That
Would
is
you say
when we
that
do.
in Kathak?
No, when you are doing the footwork part of it, the emphasis is on footwork. But when you're doing a rhythmic pattern, which we call Tora, Tukra, Paran, etc., then the whole emphasis is on the entire body. But and when you're doing a thumri, Then, of course, it's the whole thing, expression, Gadbhav or Thumri, it's expression
yes.
and it's hand gestures, everything is part of communication.
But here it is in Mohiniyattam, it involves the entire body. Entire body, the movements, the hands, the eye expressions, the facial gestures, everything. And so the footwork is not given so much of, it does not need that much of the footwork as in the case of, in Kathak. But
That-
in
the-
Mohiniyattam, that is, the body language is more important.
In fact, Bharti, when in Kathak, we have three distinct parts. One is, or let's say two distinct parts. One is the Nritya Ank, the pure rhythmic dance
Yes,
sequence,
yes.
where it is the body language, where the body's, you're dancing out a rhythmic pattern. Then in that rhythmic part, you have the footwork also.
Yeah.
Now, footwork by itself is a separate genre.
Right.
The utilizing the entire body is a separate genre, and the footwork is a separate genre. But then the nritya part, you are utilizing the entire body with your eye expression, with your hand gestures, with the movements. In fact, the entire Natya Shastra, all the codifications of the Natya Shastra to tell this, convey the story. So we have two distinct parts, but within the Nritya portion also the footwork, which also we give it a life.
Yes, but in Mohiniyattam, what happens is when a certain movement is executed by the body movement, it is expressive by itself.
That's true.
That's what it conveys the entire.
That's
you
true.
know, so that is the most beautiful aspect of Mohiniyattam.
And you know what? And another thing that really, we all read the Natya Shastra and the Abhinay Darpan, and you would have noticed, all of us noticed, that the way the Kathaks wear their ghungroos are very different. We have 100 to 200 ankle bells on each ankle, and we tie them on a long string. How do you wear it in Mohiniyattam?
Well, we don't use that long because here, I mean, to my understanding, the term ghungru here is connected with dance. The ghungrus, when left alone, it has absolutely no significance. It is the dancer's feet which energizes it. So unless it is tied around the feet of a dancer, it has no meaning at all. Otherwise, it's just left there with no life in it. And so for us, Mohiniyattam, it is very essential to have ghungrus, but it's not so significant. But nevertheless, we do. But in certain dance styles like Manipuri and Kathakali, where the ghungrus, I mean, they don't even call it ghungru, they call it kachamani. It is worn around the knees.
Exactly.
And because the footwork is so vigorous there, that they don't give much importance to the ghungrus. In Manipuri, they don't have
They don't
the
wear ghungrus at all. They don't
because
wear.
it's basically the body movements that have to be given emphasis.
I also
So-
feel, don't you think, Bharti, that in Manipuri, that they also feel कि it is Mother Earth, Bhumi hai.
Bhumi,
So we shouldn't, we have to treat it with respect.
Right.
Um,
And also because there are certain dance forms like Mohiniyattam, as the name implies, the dance of the enchantress, Mohiniyattam. And then Manipuri, Odissi, these are all Lasya oriented, that which gives more importance to the graceful aspect of dance. It doesn't have much of Tandava in it. And so it is that which the body, again, it involves the entire body.
For example, now when I talked of Abhinay Darpan, it's very interesting that in the Abhinay Darpan, there is a shloka which talks about the characteristics of the ghungru. It's called the Kinkini Lakshana. And it says, Suswarascha, that Suswarascha Surupa, Suswarascha Surupascha, Nakshatra Devata, Kinkiniya कांस्य रचिता एक उंगली अंतरम बंधनीय नील सूत्रेण ग्रंथिभिश्च दृढ़ं पुनः शतद्वं शतम वापि पादयो Nritya Karani. Now, what does it mean? It says the ghungroos should be such that they should be sweet in sound, beautiful to look at, and they should be made of bronze, and they should look like little stars. You know, I mean, it's very pretty to look at. And Kinkani, then it says, and how should they be tied? These beautiful ghungroos should be tied on a blue string, a long blue string, and how many of them? On each ankle, Shat Dvaya Shatam. That means 100 to 200 bells on each ankle. Now, if you see the Abhinay Darpan and talking about it, then I think to myself, oh God, we Kathaks are following it exactly the way it has been said in the Shastras. Shall we demonstrate a bit?
I think that is the best.
Yeah.
Because, you know, how much can one speak about Natya Shastra and dance? I will have to see it. You have
I
to
know.
practice. The very practice of dance is what has to be communicated to the audience.
Exactly.
So that will.
So shall we ask the Moniattam,
Yes.
Vaniji, if you can...
The very, very basic movement that involves in a Mohiniyattam exercise is the Chovudu Sadagam, where the body is divided into two, the upper portion of the body and the lower portion of the body. And the lower portion is static, while the upper portion, the torso movement, is given more importance. So I'll ask Vani to just demonstrate what is called Chovudu Sadagam. That is the footwork exercises. Do the second one. That's it.
Before I demonstrate this, just carry forward the discussion that Shobhaji and Bhartiji were having. In Mohiniyattam, what you will actually see, what Bhartiji said was that the whole body speaks. We have a lot of circular foot movements, which probably if we have time we will discuss later. So the role of the guru then becomes, a little subordinate to how the body is moving. We'll start with the first two.
1, 2. Dhi. Ta, ta, dheem. Ta, ta, dheem. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, dhiggi, ta, ka, dheem. Ta, ta, dheem. Ta, ta, dheem. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, dhiggi, ta, ka, dheem. Ta, ta, dheem. Ta, ta, dheem. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, dhiggi, ta, ka, dheem. Ta, ta, dheem, dheem, ta, ta. Dheem, 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 ta, ka, ta. That's one. And then one other one you can show, which involves the yes, yeah. 1, 2, dheem, ta, ta. Oh, all right. 1, 2, dheem, ta, ta, dheem, ta, ta, dheem, ta, ta, ta. Dhiggi, ta, ka, dheem, ta, ta, dheem, dheem, ta, ta. Dheem, 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 ta, ka, ta. Dhiggi, ta, ka, ta.
Lovely. Should I
And
ask?
then,
Well, why don't you all show? In fact, in Kathak, we can show it with movements. I'm not going into the basic ones. I would like to say that how we can even show in movements, and in the nritta portion which we are talking about, emotions. Even through footwork, we can show emotions. We can show a conversation or a chattering group, 2, 3 groups chattering away, or it could be anything, a fight between two friends, or children playing with ball. It could be, or the swish of the arrow, or the high tide and low tide and the sound of one ghungru. So I would request both of them come on, and what would you like to do?
So, thank you, Didi.
So we will start with this one piece of footwork, which we can do the Padhant first, and then we'll be doing it with our feet. So the symbolism here, or the imagery that we're trying to form, is a group of friends, little Krishna, little kids playing with a ball, and this is the entire thing comes out through just the ball of the feet. So I'll do the Padhant once, and then both of us can do. Um, So it repeats thrice. It's a chakradar tihai, and we'll do it with our feet.
1, 2, 1. One, two, three, four. Tak dik tak dik tak it dik it tak it ta ki ta dik ki ta ta ki I ta e do tak dik tak it dik it tak it dik tak it dik it tak it ta ki ta dik ki ta ta ki I ta da da tak dik tak it dik it tak it ta ki ta dik ki ta ki ta da da. There's another piece, like for example, and now I'm going to do it. I'm not wearing my ghungroos, but this is something which I always ask any gathered audience. I'm going to do something with the feet and tell me which animal sound is this. So we communicate even like this with our ghungroos and our feet. And this when translated into in movements becomes the Ashwaparan. तुम लोग करोगे? And the bowl is tak dik it, tak it, tak it, tak dik it, dik it, tak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tak tak it, tak dik dik it, tak de da da da. Tak it, tak dik dik it, tak de da da da. Da da da. So, now this piece, the imagery is that of Lord Krishna on the battlefield, the Mahabharat battlefield, and he's driving his Ashwarath, the horse chariot, and coming into the battlefield. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tak tak it, tak dik dik it, tak day day da da da. Tak tak it, tak dik dik it, day day da da da. Da tak it, katara 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 da da da. I'm just doing those pieces where the feet themselves talk. What about the chatter, the group chatter? The tihai. There's something which we call tihai, which is just footwork, and yet it conveys a message. Perhaps you could do it over there.
So this tihai, it actually has bowls of 4 different tal in the same tihai. So when you hear it in succession, it's like 4 different people sitting in a room having a conversation. I'll just do the Padhant.
contrast to the footwork that we have in Kathak, we also have emphasis, as I told you, on emotions, how we emote in Mohiniyattam. So the emphasis here is more on the facial expression and the body movement that support it. For example, the Navarasa that we do, the 9 emotions that we all experience in our daily lives. We have the Natya Dharmi and the Loka Dharmi. Loka Dharmi is what we express as in our daily life, and Natya Shastra mein jaise we have the Natya Dharmi, which is in a very stylized way. For example, the character of a flower, suppose we want to show, there is so much of beauty, there is so much of love and shringara that is conveyed in it. For example, we have to show a flower. It's not just a flower, it is the flowers everywhere in a garden. With creepers, where the soft breeze so cool and the trees swaying in the soft breeze. The moon rising the whole rays so soothing. So this is how we emote
in Kathak, we have something. This, in this Abhinay, we have a similar kind of a thing there where we are, again, for us, the moon, and I'll just, okay, yeah. It's similar, except for the stance, which is different. Exactly the same. If we have to show the moon rising, the moon looking, the flower blooming, and so on. But we have something a little more, and we play around with Abhinay and the words. If there is a phrase, कान्हा जय हो मत छेड़ो ना. अब कान्हा जय हो, now मत छेड़ो. So now this is कान्हा. जय हो मत छेड़ो हमका. Or it could be कान्हा जय हो मत छेड़ो हमका. Or it could be कान्हा जय हो, मत छेड़ो हमका. Or it could be कान्हा, जय हो, मत छेड़ो हमका. Or it could be I just changed the comma. And if I change the comma, the meaning changes. कान्हा जय हो मत छेड़ो हमका. He goes off and says, कान्हा जय हो मत छेड़ो हमका. So in Kathak, in the field of Abhinay, we play around with words. Kanha. Kanha could be this. Kanha could be the black clouds, the dark clouds. Kanha could be this. The long tresses. And even when I'm combing it, those knots in the hair. So we take it to another philosophical level. And death, you know, the darkness of death. So because I want to live. Don't let me go. In another, so now there's so many ways of giving the expression. So just one word has so many different layers of interpretation.
Yes.
And we have another thing. This is called the bhav batana. एक तो है just simple abhinay, where we narrate the story. If I have to do my Draupadi Chir Haran, here's my Dushasan, and here's my Panch Panda, and here's the game of dice, and there's Draupadi, helpless, being dragged by her hair. So we have these abhinay sequences, but in Bhav Batana, we go into different levels of interpretation. Another one very favorite of mine is something known as that Atariya pe chad gayi, main ho gayi badna. Anybody who knows Hindi will understand. Atariya pe chad gayi, main ho gayi badna. That means the kotha is always over there. And so, you know, the relevance, you know, the indication to the kotha that you have there and Atariya pe. I mean, you see that in Hindi films the whole time. That way, main ho gayi badna. And she's the kotha. But if you take the word in a different way, that Atariya pe chad, I've come out. And therefore, I've become Badnaam. Badnaam in the sense that you are, everybody knows. So you can take it at the literal level, you can take it at the
there are
philosophical level.
so many interpretations
So many
in Indian
interpretations.
classical dance in different styles, in different ways that we all emote.
Exactly. It's
I actually have a question
yeah,
to,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
taking this conversation forward, since
Yeah.
it is for radio and the conversation is about ghungroos and how ghungroos help in narrating a story. Now, of course, we've seen two different, totally diverse styles, two different approaches. There are certain commonalities. There are 100% executional differences. The depth, the interpretation, how we play with speed, how we play with sound is very different. But, ghungroos, they have a journey before even a dancer puts them on their feet.
Absolutely.
There is a very, every style I feel, including Kathak will have,
Yeah.
there is a little tradition. Any dancer who, when she will put on the ghungru. Now, whether I put on my bells to demonstrate a softer style like this, or whether she puts on a ghungru to demonstrate a very energetic piece in Kathak, there is something precluding putting on. Could you shed a light on what is the Kathak tradition with ghungrus before a dancer would actually don them for stage? And then I would request Guru Bharti Shivaji to talk about what we do.
A question that we'll answer.
That was the
for
idea
both
to
of us
finish
to
it with
answer. In Kathak, when we put the ghungru, for us ghungru is an item of puja. it's devotion. And so the moment we take it, I mean, pehle to we, sort of pay obeisance to the Lord. And once you pay obeisance to the Lord, then you pay obeisance to
Mother
the Prithvi, and then you come and take leave of your Guru.
Yes.
Because the Guru, after that Almighty Lord, is the Guru. And so then they come to the Guru to take the Guru's blessings before even putting it on.
Yeah, that is the tradition
That
in
is
Mohiniyattam,
Mohiniyattam also in all our classical
Yeah,
dance
You know,
forms.
right now this is
All our classical
what
dance
a
forms.
fabulous example of unity and diversity. We have diverse styles, but the basic concept, our basic bhava towards what we do, which is a classical style like a dance form, and how we pick up an inanimate object like a ghungru. Ghungru, like she said, only comes alive when it comes on a dancer's feet. But we have breathed life into it, meaning into it before even we have donned it. And how beautifully Shobna ji expressed it, and that's exactly what we also do in Mohiniyattam, you know.
Absolutely. It's a ritual.
Post
Yes.
the performance also, you
The-
will
The
find...
reverse starts.
Yes.
Yes, it's the reverse
Absolutely.
process, exactly. That you
Absolutely.
first say namaskar to the Bhumi.
Bhumi, yeah.
Then you go and thank all
Thank.
the musicians.
Yes.
Yes.
And first the Guru, then all the musicians, and of course the Lord.
And the audience.
And the audience,
Of course.
and then you
So,
remove the gungrus.
Bottom line, and to wrap it up, it's not just an instrument of sound, it's actually an instrument of life. You
It
know,
is.
how we breathe life into
Gungrus
it.
is for us an instrument
It
of
is.
life.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
coming and for gracing this occasion. आपके आने से चार चांद लग गए इस फेस्टिवल को. Thank you so much.